Hello everyone, I am Seth from Myriad Misadventures, and today I'm going to talk about my 5 things to do during quarantine. Dan's pretty excited. First, a disclaimer. This video will not be for everybody. Some people probably have no trouble keeping busy at their apartments or their houses. So whatever you guys are doing, just keep doing it, I guess. Some people probably have less time than normal because their kids are now home from school. Good luck, I guess. And some of this stuff might be useful to keep them busy too. Some people probably have not gained any time because they are essential employees and they still have to go to and from work. To all of the essential employees out there, I would like to say thank you for what you are doing. When we get through this, it will probably largely be because of all the work that you guys are doing now. But I have seen some people saying that they are bored. They're not going to work right now, they're working from home, they're quarantined, and they are complaining about being bored. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 things that you should be doing to not be bored. Honestly, it's all probably stuff that you know you should be doing, but you just kind of aren't. Number 1, focus on your health. Every year, many of us make a New Year's resolution that we're going to be healthier, we're going to go to the gym, whatever. And then we don't. We just stop. Often that's because we don't have enough time, but right now, a lot of people have more time. Of course, gyms and group classes and stuff are closed, but you can still exercise at home. If you live in a rural area, you can go outside and run. If it's rural enough, there probably won't be many other people around, so you can run and still maintain your necessary social distance. Don't do that if you live in a city, though. If you live in a big city, there's just going to be too many people. And if you go out and try to run, you're going to be defeating the point of social distancing. But even if you're inside, there are still things you can do. If you have a set of weights, you can work out with the weights at home. If you don't have weights and you don't want to make your own weight, you can always do calisthenics. Bodyweight exercises are great. Things like push-ups, squats, planks, all great exercise. If your problem is not that you don't have time, but you, like me, are just really lazy, start with smaller chunks of exercise. If you're staring a 45 or 60-minute workout in the face, there's a good chance you're just going to decide you're not going to do it. But if you make that workout 5 or 10 minutes long, there's a much better chance that you'll end up doing it. Just tell yourself, okay, 8 minutes, I'm going to do 1 set of push-ups, and I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to do 1 set of squats, and I'm going to do it twice, and then I'm going to do 2 1-minute long planks, and then I'm done. I've done my exercise for the day. Perfect. And if you can keep doing it, it'll become normal, and you might be able to increase how long you're exercising for. If you don't know what to do, a quick Google or YouTube search will find all sorts of exercises and workouts for you to do. Ones with equipment, ones without equipment, ones in big spaces, ones in small spaces, whatever it is you need. So I've been rotating between doing some sort of weight-based or calisthenic resistance training and running. Some days I do a lot, some days I only do a little, but I try to do something most days. The second part of being healthy is eating well. During your hectic normal life, it's often easy to just grab some fast food or some boxed macaroni and cheese or whatever it is that's quick and eat it, but those things are probably not the healthiest. Now that you're quarantined and bored, you can spend some time cooking healthier meals. Get your groceries, try to get food that's fresh or has as few ingredients as possible, and then cook something. This probably isn't too big of a problem for people that like cooking, but if you're like me and you hate cooking, like seriously, I hate cooking, I hate it so much, what's going to save you is making large batches of food. If you have to cook breakfast and lunch and dinner every day, you're going to get burnt out on cooking real fast. So what I do is I cook a week's worth of food at a time. I have something that I eat for lunch, I have something that I eat for dinner, and I have something that I eat in the evening as sort of a snack. And when I cook any of them, I cook a week's worth of it at a time. As long as you're okay eating the same thing multiple days in a row, it is a time saver. You will save so much time not having to cook every single meal every single day, and you're still going to get your healthy food. Just like with the exercise, if you don't know what to cook, you can just hop online and look up recipes. You can find recipes for any level of cook. If you're an expert chef or if you have no idea what to do in the kitchen, you're going to be able to find stuff to do. The third part of staying healthy is a huge pet peeve of mine, and that is sleep. I can't stand all the grinding and all the people bragging about how little sleep they got because they spent all night working. I can't stand that. I get it. I'm glad that you were productive and you got a lot of stuff done, but sleep is very important, especially if you want to stay healthy. So now that you have some more time, if nothing else, you probably don't have to commute to and from work anymore. So if you can get to bed 30 minutes earlier at night and wake up 30 minutes later in the morning, you have suddenly gained an extra hour of sleep. And that could make all the difference. My second thing to do during quarantine to not get bored, I'm gonna have to make that name shorter, is spend some time doing whatever your hobbies are. We all have hobbies, things that we like to do, things that we love to do, but a lot of the time we just run out of week and we just don't have any time to do them. So now that you might have some extra free time, try to dedicate some of it to those hobbies that often fall by the wayside. If you like to play guitar, play guitar. If you like to paint, paint something. If you like building models, build some models. Whatever it is you like to do it. Unless the thing that you like to do requires lots of other people, like playing sports. Then I'm very sorry. Don't do it. For me, I really like martial arts, so I've been trying to do more martial arts in my free time. I've been trying to learn some new forms. I've been trying to practice old forms so I don't get too rusty. I've been doing some techniques, some combo practice, all sorts of stuff like that. Is it perfect? No. I can't do any pair drills, I can't work with other people, I can't spar, but I'm getting to spend way more time doing martial arts than I normally do. Added benefit is that it sort of funnels back into number one. It's good exercise. I've also been spending a lot of time on my blog, on Myriad Misadventures. A lot of the time, the blog stuff that I have to do gets pushed back until the last minute, and then I have to do it really, really fast, and the quality suffers. Now that I have more time, I can spend more time working on it. So those are mine, but whatever it is you have as a hobby, try to give it some time now. Number 3 is learn something. Now is a great time to try to learn something new. If you've always meant to learn to play an instrument, but the instrument is sitting in the corner gathering dust, pick it up. If you always wanted to learn to draw, look up some drawing tutorials on YouTube. Learn to build a website. Try out your stand-up comedy routine with your family. For me, it's languages. I always enjoyed languages in school. I studied Spanish and Chinese in college, and they were some of my favorite classes. And when I was living in Spain, my Spanish wasn't that bad. But since moving to China, it has suffered a lot. It's gotten really bad. So now that I have some extra time, I'm trying to spend some time reading to try to get my Spanish back. I'm also trying to find some time to improve my Chinese. Learn more vocabulary, maybe pick up some of the weirder grammar structures. Like hobbies, they're things that I want to do normally but often don't have time for. Now I've got time, so now I'm trying to pick them back up. If you're sitting at home thinking about how bored you are, think about something that you want to learn. Go online and learn it. The internet is an incredible learning tool, and you're probably spending half of the day on it anyway. Number 4 is to give your lazy pastimes a little bit of time. Play that video game that's been sitting on your shelf. Watch that TV series that all your friends keep talking about. Read that book that you've been meaning to start. Just because you have extra free time now doesn't mean it all has to be productive. You can have a little bit of you time too. Maybe don't spend all day playing video games and watching TV, but there's nothing wrong with spending an hour or an hour and a half every day catching up on some of that stuff that you often can't justify doing. There's nothing wrong with spending a little bit of time just being kind of lazy. Number 5 is a little bit different. Number 5 is to have a routine. It's not a specific thing per se, like hobbies or learning something, but I find that having a routine keeps you busy throughout the day. And I find that I often think that I'm bored when I'm not doing anything. Too often I'll open up my laptop, I'll check Facebook, and then an hour later I'm still checking Facebook. Or I'll go onto Wikipedia to look something up, and then an hour later I'm reading about velociraptors. You know how Wikipedia works. I find that if I have a routine, I do the same things at the same times every day, I'm more likely to do those things, I'm more likely to be productive, and I'm less likely to waste a bunch of time. For example, I usually do my social media stuff in the morning while I'm having my coffee, and I usually exercise right after lunch. If I don't schedule things, the end of the day rolls around, and I haven't done any of my Instagram or Facebook stuff, and then it just doesn't get done. So then the pages aren't going to grow. If I don't exercise after lunch and I push it off to later in the day, a lot of the time I won't exercise. Or if I do, I'll do a lot less than I had initially planned to do. But by doing my social media stuff in the morning, I get it done, I get it out of the way. By exercising in the afternoon, I do the amount of exercise that I said I was going to do. I also find it helps with falling down the internet rabbit hole. If I start scrolling through Facebook or clicking through Wikipedia, and then I realize, oh, I have to do that other thing, I'll stop. But if I don't have a routine where I do that thing, then I'll just keep scrolling. And that's when I feel bored the most. So having a routine is going to help you with 1, 2, 3, and 4. Having that routine might be one of the most important things when you're quarantined. So just to recap the 5 things that I think that you should do while you are in quarantine if you are bored. Number 1 is stay healthy, and it had 3 parts. Exercise, eating healthy, and sleep. Number 2 was spend some time on your hobbies. Number 3 was learn something. Number 4 was let yourself be lazy a little bit. And number 5 was have a routine for whatever it is you're going to do. Hopefully that helps everybody out there who is finding themselves bored during quarantine. And remember, if you have somebody in your life who is an essential employee and still has to go into work, thank them. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below with what you are doing with all of your extra quarantine time. Good luck everybody, stay strong, and we will get through this. So now that you might have some extra free time, try to dedicate some of it